Hello and welcome back to another Grand Cross Age of Titans videos. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the best rally commanders that you are able to use. So all of this data comes from the last season of the Parallel World. As you know, Kingdoms 15 and 11 attempted to take on Kingdoms 9, 10, 12, and 16 and 17, so it was a 2v5. Unfortunately, we did end up losing, but that still gave me enough data to take a look and, come up with everything here and give you guys my own thoughts. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have music playing in the background. I did test it out a little bit. It is on volume 2, pretty much where I do it with my streams. I think this would be appropriate just to keep, just keep behind. But as always, please just let me know in the comments below if it's too loud, you don't like it, you'd rather hear, the actual game volume. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started here. So as you know, as of current, there are 52 commanders in the game. Beforehand, there were 48. So we are going to ignore the fact of Riza, Envy, Roy, Edward, and Lust. So like I stated earlier, this is only going to be the heroes that we were able to obtain and use in Cross Dimension and Parallel World. So first off, what really makes a good, commander for rallies? I really don't know. So this game is a little bit different from ROK and Call of Dragons and probably a lot of the other games that we have played in the past. So where I went full on Belly, and he was not a really good rally lead with Biam. That was really, really, really surprising to me, and some of these rally leads was actually kind of crazy. So let's kind of start off here. So I saw someone asking about catapults in the open field, so I want to kind of address that right now. We didn't use Freya. I know 11 had a kind of like a joke rally. I think it was Freya, and then who's the other siege commander? I don't even remember. Freya and someone else. I don't know, but it was Freya and someone else. With tier 1, just having some fun. That rally was actually, I think I traded positive or close to positive against tier 4 wall. It was really funny, but I definitely do not recommend using it. Currently, it would probably be Freya and Envy. I definitely would not use this combination though, because for one, the skill damage is only 800%. And as we move on to different tiers, we're going to be able to see some of this other stuff. We get a defense skill here, enemy castle at 20%, heal lightly wounded units, and troop dealt by 30% if the enemy target troop is stationed. So while all that is amazing, we don't know how Envy is going to react, and we all know that each one of these commanders or heroes is super, super, super expensive to upgrade to a point where they're actually capable of being used. So if we go ahead and move on to the Archer rallies, some of you are instantly going to think, Melody, Belly, Alicia, definitely not Karma because she is a hunt commander. But let me tell you, one of my favorite rallies I used in this was her. Hiei is an absolute beast, especially when she's here. So let's take a look at what she does. So she does damage dealt to enemy castle increase by 20% for 3 seconds, and she has a skill damage of 650%. So coming from other games, we already know that the skill damage is absolutely amazing. She also has a archer type attack increase by 10% and ranged basic attack damage taken decreased by 10%. And she also has this 10% chance to inflict damage equal to 450% if the enemy target troop is stationed. So this means that if they're in the building, if they're in their own castle, we're going to be able to get this. Next, we're going to be able to do a decrease in counter damage taken by 10%. And finally, her awakened is we are increasing the troop size by 10% for rally troops. So she was just an absolute tank with her and Melody. And I really wish I could pull the report, but it's way too far gone now to where I traded 3 to 1 with Mellaby and Hiei. Mellaby was secondary. Now, I don't know if it would change if we used Alicia, because we know Alicia and Belly is also one of the best archer combinations that we can do currently in the game, and this is absolutely smashed. This was a very, very, very useful counter rally when we were taking on flags and cities, and you know, everyone wants to defend their own team. That's awesome. That's part of the game. We want that, right? What? So for archers, Hiei and Mellaby, or probably even Alicia would be good as a secondary for her. And then of course Alicia and Bellimar. Now let's go ahead and move on to infantry, which some of this was actually quite surprising, because why it worked, we don't know. So first thoughts, you're probably going to someone like Iris. You might be thinking Arthur, you might be thinking Claudia, you might be thinking, where's my Jeanette? Jeanette? Let me tell you, the best rally for infantry against infantry on a Iris and Erdell defense was an Iris Erdell rally attack. Why in the world this combination was anywhere even close to being decent is beyond me, but this was an absolute unit of a rally. You just had the health, counter damage of Erdell's kit, of defense, health. I mean, I don't know why, but it was just a really cool rally to see. Another really, really, really good infantry rally would be someone with an infantry and attack tree on top and some defense behind it. So someone like Arthur and Iris worked out pretty decently. You could use Arthur and where was she? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Oh, that's a combat engineer bullet station. I swear there was another one that we found combination wise that was good, but maybe not. So definitely Arthur and someone like Iris was really good, but this really wasn't the meta, which is also super surprising because of how much we were really talking. Let's just be real. Cavalry rallies dominated this entire parallel world. This might actually shock you. So let's take a look. So my absolute favorite rally was a Biam and Rena. Biam provided the absolute decimation with his siege skill, his 750% skill damage, his healing, his rally size increase, his attack increase, his troop skill damage increase, along with an additional 5% troop capacity, which pushed them to like a 2.92 million rally, I believe it was, which was just absolutely deadly. Another really crazy rally was an Agnes and Rena. So Agnes is another really, really good commander. So she does damage over time. So of 200% on a single enemy target troop for every 3 seconds. She also has the attack increase tree, the troop skill damage increase tree, and her mana recovery. Also, it increases at the attack by 30% when attacking an enemy troop target that is taking damage over 30%. Combine that with Biam, and that is just an amazing rally. Another one which is just crazy to me is a Biam and Noah. Why this worked out better than a Biam and Rena, or a Biam and Agnes, or, I mean, good gosh, even a Biam and Isaac, we don't know. But there's just something about Numa's kit that is just nasty. And if I had to guess, it might be this damage over time. And this pushed the rally capacity over 3 million, was also allowed it to hit a lot harder. Numa is just an absolute unit on the battlefield. And I take back every single bad thing that I said about her. I don't know what's going to be meta coming up. But we're going to take a guess here in a couple minutes as soon as we're done with this portion. Another really good rally, like I said, was Biam and Rina. Rina provided a lot of the defense, and you know, her kit is just beautiful. Not as strong as we thought as a primary, but secondary she really goes hard, and it is just, it's so much fun to see, just all the damage and everything. And oh my gosh. In terms of secondary commanders, or I mean uniques, never really used any. I didn't see any that were worthy to be a pair with any tier besides EA, just because of whatever broken meta reason. Claudia was kind of out. Belly and Sekhmet were out. They were more or less used for open field like me. Helga was not used in any rally. Corvo was not used in any rally. Ivan was kind of used, but I didn't like him. I did not see his skill damage only 400% compared to, you know, someone like Biam with 750, you know, Belly at 800, and even now, you know, we have Lust at 800, and then we also have Alicia for archers at 1,000. So that is kind of what I'm seeing. And that is what I saw. That is just some of the most fun rallies that I've ever seen. Just seeing some of the reports that, you know, Kingdom 11 and 15 have provided. It's just amazing. So now, I know I said I wasn't really going to talk about these guys, but now we are. So we have Roy, which is Cavalry and Station. We have Envy, which is Combat and Siege. We have Riza, which is Archer and Attack. We have Lust, which is Combine and Attack. And then we have one other one. Where are you at? Edward, which is Infantry and Defend. So comparing Edward to someone like Iris, Iris definitely is over the top. Now, would an Iris and Edward work really good in a defense? I don't know. Will this work really good in a rally? Based on the stats and everything that we're seeing right now, I want to say no. If you look at Roy, he's obviously a station commander. So skill damage, damage over time. We have cavalry attack, troop skill damage, troop health decrease, counter damage increase, and then troop size by 15% and increases cavalry health. So surprisingly enough, we don't have a single skill that actually uses this station. So will he work really well with someone like Isaac? We don't know. Will he work with someone really well like Rina or, you know, Erdal? We don't know. Then we are going to move on to Riza. And do I think that she will pair very well with someone like Alicia? I do. They both have archer and attack trees, so it is going to be super powerful on the forefront. But as soon as the secondary rally comes in, or if you let the rally slip below half and you get, you know, players come and surrounding it, that's going to take some pretty heavy damage. As we know, archers is one of the squishiest, but one of the strongest tiers in the game. We go to my favorite commander up here, and we have a combine and an attack, which is a Lust. So I think she's going to prove very, very useful for any one that you put with her. And I have yet to test this because I am currently saving everything, and before we have KVK, which we think is going to be early December. But I really think that she is going to be worth it for rallying, possibly specifically with archers. And I don't know why I get that idea, but I just really do, that she might pair with someone really well like Kie, who has the siege tree, someone like Alicia, who's just super powerful, as we all know. You know, maybe someone even like Belly, where he also has a combine and attack tree. You know, there's so many combinations that we haven't tried because we just wanted to stick with the meta. But as always, we will see and we'll take a look. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know this one might be a little bit different. I haven't done any of these because I wanted to hold off just until we ended the parallel world. Of course, you don't want any of your enemies to get as much information as you can. As always, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.